I'm just reading a story about armed man killed in North Carolina mall identified as rapist donkey cartel. You're like, what are you talking about, Paul? Oh, nothing. Just a member of the Black Lives Movement who said that everyone needed to, that black is back and white is whack, and you need to whack a cracker, according to Donkey Cartel. Everyone should go out and whack a cracker until you get caught with a gun in the mall and you forgot to pull your pants up, and then I believe it was an off-duty police officer that made him room temperature. So go team on that one. Hey, it's Monday morning, and we're back to trying to save the Republic. We're coming to you. I am Professor Paul. This is Student of the Gun Radio. And
is today Monday or Tuesday?
Oh, crap. Is today Tuesday?
Yeah, today's not Monday. Yesterday.
All right, well, whatever day today is. It's Tuesday.
Yeah. I was like, wait, is it?
Look at your show notes, Paul.
Monday?
It actually says Tuesday on the show notes. But whatever day today is, you happen to be listening, you can listen any day of the week because, well, that's modern technology. No. All right, we are coming to you from the Silencer Shop Studios, home with a glass case of emotion. SilencerShop.com. The easiest way to buy silencers online, period. Full stop. We need to come up with a signal, you and I, or whether you're going to finish that for me or I'm going to finish it or what.
Oh, okay.
Because previously you were doing the second part of the tagline and I was doing the first part.
Yeah.
So we need to come up with like a hand and arm signal or something.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for that tagline.
Oh, I have I forgot that I was wearing my official Twin Unicorns ISIS commemorative, Religion of Peace commemorative shirt. You know, we haven't made this public yet. The only people that have seen this is the grad program people and the people who follow my personal account on Instagram.
Oh. Huh.
So maybe we should do that.
Yeah, we should do that.
We should do that.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. Hey, cats and kittens out there in the Student of the Gun listening audience. Did you fix yourself over the holiday season? Did you order your AK? You know what, Jared? We need to devote an entire show to educating some of our listeners as to why it is okay for you to have an AK.
You know what's crazy to me is that we got a lot of people that we posted the picture. I don't even know what you posted a picture of.
The December 23rd National Hug Your AK Day.
Oh, okay. Well, we got a bunch of comments from people and emails and stuff saying that the AK was the gun of the enemy and that gun has killed so many U.S. soldiers and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I said, okay.
The gun did it?
Yeah, the gun did it. So
the gun
we should have gun
them.
Control. If we had gun control, then that wouldn't have happened. Right?
Yeah, you're spot on. Thank you for saying that, Jared. It's like when you say something like that gun is responsible for killing American soldiers or whatever, you're like, whoa. So you believe that the gun is responsible? So you're right straight in line with Shannon and the sandwich makers and Nanny Bloomberg and Rahm Emanuel and everybody else who said that if we just didn't have that gun, if that gun wasn't available, folks, if the AK-47 wouldn't have been invented, they would have used something else. The communists and the bad people of the world would have used something else. It's not the gun's fault. It's the human's fault. Stop trying to hold objects responsible for the behavior of their owners. Because that's exactly what the other side does. The other side says those objects are bad and people shouldn't be allowed to have those objects. They never hold the humans responsible for their behavior. Excellent point you made there, Jared. Century Arms, the sweetest smelling arms maker in the United States, makers of the C39 V2, 100% made in the USA AK. Duracoat, you can get Duracoat products from LauerWeaponry.com, or you can order them on Brownells.com. You can do whatever you want. You're an American. Just buy it. Duracoat, because, well, life is too short to have an ugly gun. Brownells.com is where you can get your emergency and survival gear and all the other pieces and parts and add-ons and things that you can screw and
even
bolt
water.
and attach to a gun.
You know, one thing I wish we could get on Brownells? Eggnog, because Zach asked me for eggnog, to stop and get eggnog for him this morning, and every store that I went to was out of eggnog.
Yay.
Yeah. And I went to and not the good kind either. And I went to three or four. I stopped at 3 or 4 different places.
What's a Farfignugan, man?
And
They're supposed to have that all the way through the first.
Yeah. Well, they had the space for it, but they were just all sold out of it.
Restock, you hippies.
Yeah.
Velocity Triggers is
superior quality and value.
Superior quality and value. Go to velocitytriggers.com. You got a black rifle? You do? They got a trigger for you. Jared, the main focus here of today's topic, do we have a theme for them? It could be, I don't know.
Yeah, we do, but we can't. Grad program.
Yeah, we have a grad program theme for them, but we can't do that on the family-friendly hour. And thank you, everybody out there in the audience, for sharing Student of the Gun Radio with your family, with your friends, with your neighbors. You can play the Monday through Thursday version over the speakers at work. And other than the fact that it will offend soft-minded hippies just because they can't deal with the truth, we don't say bad words. So we have a family-friendly rating on iTunes. You're welcome. List of traitors. Let's talk about this. Actually, we had something else. I had to scrub the show notes for today. We had something else entirely planned for today's show. And then when I read this, I was like, nope. We are going to talk about this. In case you didn't know, I'm going to go ahead and hip you. If you go to, fortunately, we still have a Freedom of Information Act, and the federal government still has to make their actions public. Now, I'm sure that they're working out a way where they won't have to do that anymore because you peasants just don't need to know, and you just need to shut up. And Lord knows that the Fourth Estate, the media, the press, is not going to keep an eye on these suckers. They're in the tank for the big progressive state. Anything the big progressive state does is cool with the CNNs, the MSNBCs, you name it. It's all cool with them. I don't even need to tell you that the Washington Post and the New York Times are totally in the tank for whoever has the D behind their name. You guys understand that, right? All right.
So they're in the tank for whoever has the D?
Yeah, whoever has a D behind their name.
Okay, I just wondered.
All right, Congress.gov and HR, House Resolution, HR 4269, named Assault Weapons Ban of 2015. Okay, I'm curious. Please, Representative Cicilline, David N., Democrat, Rhode Island. All right. Number one, obviously, Representative Cicilline, David N., is in what they would refer to as a safe district. They have plenty of tax slaves and brainwashed liberal morons so that he's not in danger of losing his seat. That's what happens when they have these bills that they know are going to be controversial, or when they introduce a bill that directly contradicts the United States Constitution. They always have somebody who's in a, quote, safe district do that, where they, for instance, somebody from Chicago or New York City or you name it, San Francisco. They have them introduce the bills because they know there's so many brainwashed tax slaves and dead voters in the case of Chicago that they don't have to worry about any backlash from the peasantry. The peasantry's already been bought and sold in those areas, so they don't have to worry about it. But let's see what the dishonorable Representative Cicilline, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I really don't care, communist scumbag. Let's see what he has in store for you. Okay. HR 4269, to regulate assault weapons. Okay, in the first half of the sentence, what we have there is we have a misnomer. So the entire bill is predicated on what? On a liberal media-generated lie that there is this thing called assault weapons, that they actually exist. And what is an assault weapon, Paul? I'm curious. Well, it's any gun that the state has deemed too dangerous for the peasant to possess. Okay. To regulate assault weapons, lie, comma, to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited and for other purposes. Jared, not unlimited, is a negative, right? Not is a negative. What happens when you have a double negative?
It cancels out.
They cancel each other out. So let's go ahead and read. For those of you that didn't study English in school or studied like whatever, gender correctness or something, we know we don't teach English in schools anymore. It's just grunts and groans and whatever you feel like. But the sentence actually reads, to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is limited, because not unlimited is a double negative, therefore it cancels each other out. So according to Representative Cicilline, who apparently, now riddle me this, Batman, when people are elected to the House of Representatives and the United States Senate, and of course we know that, do they still have to swear an oath of allegiance to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, or did they just scrub that part?
Apparently they don't.
Apparently. I thought that they did, but I could be wrong. And for other purposes. So the title says to regulate assault weapons to ensure that the right to keep and bear arms is not unlimited and for other purposes. So there's a big blanket statement at the end. Like this bill, this is one of those omnibus bills where we can just put anything in this we want. Folks, you need to understand that, first of all, the omnibus bill is if not in direct violation of the Constitution, it violates the spirit of the Constitution. When you take a bill and you're like, well, this bill is for creating bridges. And you're like, okay. So they have a bridges bill, and then they tack on there, oh, and also I want to earmark $500,000 to go to a union-sponsored shelter in my city. What? Do we need to go down the wasteful spending and deceptive bills clause? No. You know, in the Constitution of the Confederate States of America, Jared, did you know that in the Constitution of the Confederate States of America that they specifically forbade omnibus spending bills? That a law or a bill had to be a single topic or single subject bill. None of these, we're going to pass this law and it's going to give us money because let's face it, laws are all about where they're going to spend money. Whose money they're going to take and what are they going to spend it on, and which cronies are going to get the money. All right. Well, I'm guessing that you kids out there are curious as to know what Representative Cicilline, what he thinks is an assault weapon. Okay. Let's see. The definition of assault weapon, according to them, is a semi-automatic pistol, means a repeating pistol that utilizes a portion of the energy of the firing cartridge to extract a fired cartridge case and chamber the next round. John Browning would be super interested to hear about this. Requires a separate pull of the trigger for each cartridge. A semi-automatic shotgun. Aha! Is blah, blah, blah. Here we go. A semi-automatic assault weapon means any of the following, regardless of the manufacturer or caliber of ammunition. According to Cicilline here, a semi-automatic assault weapon is a semi-automatic rifle that has the capacity to accept a detachable magazine and any of the following. So if you have a rifle... if you have a rifle that is self-loading, that goes back to the what is it? The first one was like 1887.
Yeah, a long time ago.
1891. I'm not sure my exact firearms history. Let's just go back 1900. So if you have a firearm, the patented design of which is over 1 century old, and it has a pistol grip, B, a forward grip, C, a telescoping, folding, or detachable stock. Okay. D, a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher.
Attached to the gun.
Now, I'm down with the grenade launcher, which is essentially smoke and flare launcher, because you peasants aren't allowed to own anything that goes really bang. And they actually don't want you to own smoke and flares now either. But a rocket launcher? Does Representative Ciccolini think that somewhere on planet Earth that there are semi-automatic rifles that have rocket launchers attached to them?
Maybe he was talking to Leland Yee.
He might have been Leland Rocket Launcher Yee. Now, Steve Lauer, when he made the zombie apocalypse gun, do you remember that one?
Yeah.
It had a bolt, like a crossbow bolt launching. It had the arrow launching device.
But that's
under
not
it.
a rocket.
Yeah, that's true. It's not a rocket. See, Ciccolini must not have ever seen that one, because if you're like, or can launch arrows,
any kind of launcher,
any kind of launcher. Here we go. E, a barrel shroud. Apparently, we're really scared of barrel shrouds now. Or a threaded barrel. You're like, what did I just read? A threaded barrel? Yes, so any rifle that has any type of a compensator, muzzle brake, flash hider from the factory is de facto threaded. So a semi-automatic assault weapon, according to Ciccolini...
Oh, wait. That was only A. That was only part A.
That's only part A.
Yeah, there's B, C, D, E, and F.
According to this bill, if you own a gun that is self-loading and it has a threaded barrel, then you possess a assault weapon, okay? A semi-automatic assault weapon. Let's go to part B of this. A semi-automatic rifle that has a fixed magazine with a capacity to accept more than 10 rounds, except for the tubular... Okay, this is going to be called the Marlin exception here. So, except for an attached tubular magazine, it's totally tubular, operating with 22 rimfire. So this is the Marlin exception. So they're going to allow you to have your Marlin 66. I think it's 66 or 3066 or 360, whatever, it doesn't matter. Any part, combination of parts, component, device, attachment, accessory that is designed or functions to accelerate the rate of fire, but not to convert it into a machine gun. So that would be and this is what makes it an assault weapon. So if you have a slide fire stock or anything similar to that, or maybe if the factory weight of the trigger is 9.5 pounds and you put in a 4-pound velocity trigger, by definition, wouldn't that accelerate the rate of fire in semi-automatic?
Yep.
So basically what they can say, what they're giving the ATF is they're giving them more carte blanche to say, any gun that you think someone can fire fast is an assault weapon. Okay, cool. A semi-automatic pistol that has the capacity to accept a detachable magazine, all right, and one of the following is an assault weapon, a threaded barrel. So much for all you guys who have suppressors out there in America. You're screwed now. A second pistol grip, well, you already can't have that because ATF has decided that if you put an additional grip on a pistol, if you put anything on a pistol that can quote or that allows you to use a second hand, that turns into an AOW. Okay. Here we go. A barrel shroud. A barrel shroud. Where are these barrel shrouds out there? So if you own a semi-automatic handgun that has a barrel shroud. Now, isn't the barrel shrouded by the slide in most pistols? I don't know. How do you attach a barrel shroud to it? I'm not really sure. I'm not a scientist. The capacity to accept a detachable magazine at some location outside of... Are you reading what I'm reading?
Yeah. Oh, it gets worse.
All right. The verbiage says... the capacity to accept a detachable magazine at some location outside of the pistol grip. Okay.
So it would be like a
so this is the
bullpup.
Yeah, this is essentially the so if you have a pistol that doesn't
the
accept
Century
the
Arms, the C-39
the
V2.
C-30. Well, not that,
I mean,
but this
C-39
would be
micro.
like the Tech 9 clause here, because the Tech 9 is what we really super need to be scared of.
Or on
They
like
don't
side
make them.
loaders.
Yeah, like nobody, they won't be able to make a. You know how Century was offering those Steyr or Sterling pistols and stuff like that. Who else makes one? I'm trying to think who else makes one, a pistol. So I'm having a brain freeze here. Chris, the Vector pistol.
Yeah.
This would make the Vector pistol illegal. A semi-automatic version of an automatic firearm.
Yeah, because that.
So basically, now here's the thing. All of you reasonable people out there are like, well, I have a Glock 17 with a 10-round magazine because I live in New Jersey, and I had to fill it with full metal jacket bullets only. So I'm okay. No, you're not, because guess what? There's this thing called a G18, which is a full auto gun. So the G17, according to this law, is simply a semi-auto version of the G18. Thereby, it is an assault weapon. You're not allowed to have it. I own a Beretta. Really? You own a Beretta 92? Guess what? There's a Beretta 93, which is a selector switch on it. You can fire it in burst, which is actually really cool. You know what, Jared? How come Zach Hall doesn't have one of those?
I don't know.
I wonder if Joe can get his mitts on one of those, because I'd really like
To shoot it?
to shoot one of those. Okay. Good, but, okay, here we go. A semi-automatic pistol with a fixed magazine that has capacity to hold more than 10 rounds. Okay. I'm sure those are apparently really popular today.
I've never seen one of
Fixed
those.
magazine pistols that hold more than 10 rounds. Okay. A semi-automatic shotgun that has one or more of the following: a folding, telescoping, or detachable stock, a pistol grip, a fixed magazine that has a capacity of more than 5 rounds, the ability to accept a detachable magazine, okay, a forward grip, a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher, any shotgun with a revolving cylinder. So that will kill the judge. That'll kill the judge, and it'll kill the judge and jury.
Wait
and
till you get to H.
the governor. Okay.
This is a big one.
All of the following rifles, copies, duplicates, variants, altered facsimiles, guns that smell similar, I added that, with the capability of any such weapon at all AK types, including the following: Ishmash, Mahdi, Norinco, Polytech. I wish I could get my hands on a Polytech. I wish I could get my hands on a Norinco.
Yeah.
All AR-type rifles, including AR-10s, AR-15s, Armalite M15-22 carbines. Dude, they put the Armalite M15-22 LR carbine on here.
Yep.
Barrett Rec 7. Beretta. Bushmaster. Let's go down the rogues gallery here. Olympic Arms. I think they've sold like 9 guns in the last year. Remington, Rock River, SIG, Smith & Wesson, Stag Arms. Well, they've effectively killed Stag Arms, so take them off the list. All Sturm Ruger & Company SR556 rifles. The Barrett M107. The Barrett M82A1.
Wow.
The Beretta CX4 Storm.
They're passing they're introducing this on an election year. You know how that should scare the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All High Point carbines. Galil. Feather Industries AT9. Oh, my God in heaven. You know what this asshat did? Can I say asshat on the radio?
Yeah.
No, what this asshat did is they took this list and they cut and pasted it from the 1994 assault weapons ban. Because I don't think Feather Industries AT9 I don't think they've sold 2 of those in the last 20 years.
Oh, all Thompson rifles, too.
All Thompson rifles. Steyr AUGs. I don't see the Tavor on here. I'm looking. The Tavor snuck under the radar. All Thompson guns in all variants, apparently. The Umarex. The Umarex Uzi. rifle. The Valmet. Vector Arms. Weaver Arms Nighthawk. Oh, I love this one. This is like a blast from the past. The Wilkinson Arms Linda Carbine. All you guys out there in the studio audience are like, what? The Farfignugan, did this dude just say? Okay, all pistols, including the Century 39, the Draco AK, the HCR AK, the IO Hellpup, the Krinkov pistol, the Mini Krinkov, the Yugo, all AR-15 pistols, including the American Spirit, the Bushmaster, the Double Star, the DPMS, the Olympic Arms, the Rock River, all Calico Liberty pistols, DS Arms, NCOM, HK, Intratech, including the Tech 9 and the Tech DC-9 and the Tech 22 Scorpion. I'm sure that George Kellgren will be like, oh, man. Keltec's PLR 16. And don't forget that the Keltec...
Mac-10.
The Keltec, all the Keltec Sub 2000s and SU-16s and RFBs are on there. The RFBs on there. Wow. You guys are just no fun. All Mac-10 and Mac-11 pistols, including Masterpiece Arms, Military Armament, Velocity Arms, Sig Sauer P556, Sights Spectre, all Uzis, including Micro Uzi, all shotguns, including the Ferranchi Spas and the Law 12. When's the last time you saw a Law 12 shotgun? All Ishmash shotguns, Sega 12, Sega da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The Street Sweeper and the Striker 12. Hey, Ciccolini.
I think they're playing too much Call of Duty.
Artard. The ATF reclassified both the Street Sweeper and the Striker 12 as destructive devices 20 years ago. Other than people who own destructive devices licenses and are willing to pay thousands of dollars to possess a cheap gun, they don't exist anymore. All belt-fed semi-automatic weapons are firearms, including the TNW M2HB. Okay. Any combination of parts in any of the sub-paragraphs A through K that can be assembled.
Yeah.
Here we go. Large term feeding or large capacity. The term large capacity feeding device. My brain is like, my brain's starting to hurt.
Yeah.
Any magazine, drum, feed strip. It literally says any magazine, belt, drum, and the word feed strip. Or similar device, including such a device joined or coupled with another in any manner. I thought they weren't concerned about what people did in the privacy of their own bedrooms, but they don't want magazines coupling. That's not right. That can be that has an overall capacity of, or can be readily restored, changed, or converted to accept more than 10 rounds of ammunition.
And
does not. Oh, here we got the Marlin clause. Does not include. So that make you guys happy. You're like, well, come on, man. I still get to keep my Marlin rifle. Oh, okay, you get to keep that. Related definition, section 921, U.S. Code, blah, 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 blah. The term barrel shroud. Here we go. This is important because I know you're out there sitting on the edge of your seat saying, what the funk and wagnall is a barrel shroud? According to Mr. Ciccolini and his bill, a barrel shroud means a shroud that is attached to or partially or completely encircles the barrel of a firearm so that the shroud protects the user of the firearm from the heat generated by the barrel and does not include the slide, or completely a slide that partially or completely, the barrel there. Whew, I was worried I was going to lose my 1911. An extension of the stock along the bottom of the barrel, which does not encircle or substantially encircle the barrel. Now, here we go. There's the clause says substantially encircles the barrel.
More than half.
So who gets to define whether or not a device is substantially, partially encircling a barrel? The term detachable magazine means any feeding device that can be removed from a firearm without the disassembly of the firearm's action. Folding all right, there's so the term rocket. The term rocket means any simple or complex tube-like device containing combustibles that, on being ignited, liberate gases which propels it through the air. Oh my God. Are there, Jared, can I buy, I know this bill hasn't passed yet. Can I still get a rocket launcher for my semi-automatic AR-15
yeah, I
rifle?
think Brownells.com has them.
Oh, they have a. The term pistol grip, so the Mac 90 clause is out of this. A term pistol grip means a grip, a thumbhole stock, or any other characteristic that can function as a grip. So they took out the Mac 90 loophole. So all of you reasonable New Jersey, California-ites that are like, oh, it's okay, there's this stock device that's not really a pistol grip. It looks kind of like a weird abortion kind of a creation, and we can get around it. No, you can't. They took out the thumbhole MADI or Mac 90 stock. So all of you dimwits out there who are like looking for ways to get around this law, aha! Here we go. Guess who is completely exempted from this law? Well, of course, the state. Qualified law enforcement officers. The term grandfathered means any blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Restriction, da-da-da-da-da. All right, you guys can break your own brains reading this, but here's the deal. I don't care if you don't own a gun. I don't care if the only gun you own is a Smith & Wesson J-frame and you just keep it in your sock drawer just in case. This should concern you. And don't tell me we have a Republican Congress and it's not going to pass. First of all, the people that are in Congress right now are a bunch of damn cowards. They were elected, they were given a majority, and they didn't do anything that they promised to do in 2014. Oh, give us back the House, give us back the Senate. We'll fix all this Obama crap. Did they? Then they get in there and are like, well, it's really hard and it's difficult and it would require fortitude and it'll require testicular fortitude. And we just don't feel like we can do that. So, but let me give you a list of the traitors, the people who have betrayed the Constitution, who betrayed their oath of office, and therefore should be removed immediately from office. Mr. Ciccolini, Ms. Adams, Mr. Aguilar, Ms. Bass, Mr. Becerra, Mr. Beyer, Mr. Blumenauer, et al. You guys, we're going to put this obviously in the show notes.
There's 123 co-sponsors.
123 co-sponsors. 123 people.
There's some from Tennessee and Texas too.
Well,
obviously
Austin,
Sheila,
Houston,
Jacqueline, and Lee, but
yeah.
Tennessee I didn't expect.
Oh yeah. Tennessee is not as hardcore conservative as you would think they are.
Most are from California, Oregon, or the Northeast. One from Kentucky, Florida. Interesting.
Folks, why do you need to know about this? And let's go back to the I'm not concerned about it because it'll never pass. Really? Because back in the 90s, they tried to shove this universal health care system down our throats. And and Hillary was the author, the illegal author of it. That's when Hillary told her cuckold husband that he could keep like having sex with interns as long as he gave her some power. Back then, they're like, oh, this won't pass. The Americans don't want this. They blah, 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 blah. And what happened? We got it. What happened? What's going to happen here? What if you don't stop this? If you don't full stop, period, this nonsense. They do this. They throw out the trial balloons. They say, okay, how can we massage this? How can we work this? How can we change this? I already told you that they figured out how to game the system. The leftists, the progressive statists, the liberals, they have figured out how to game the system. Whoever gets the D is going to be elected in 2016. Whoever has a D behind their name in 2016 is going to be elected. Whoa, stop, Paul. You can't say that. Yes, I can, because they figured out how to game the system. They understand it. This is an election year, and they're putting this forth in an election year. 20 years ago, a gun control bill in an election year would have been poison. They would have waited until after the general election to put this crap out. They're no longer afraid to tell you who they are, and that should scare you. All right. You know what? I need some quiet time. Jared.
Was that enough quiet time for you?
Yes. That cricket noise, that signals our brand new feature called Quiet Time, brought to you by silencershop.com. Here's what I'm going to talk about. For my quiet time this week and your quiet time this week, what I did is I took my Christmas cigar, my Sack the Shipping Ogre, went, because he is 18 years old, to the cigar shop, and he purchased me a Rocky Patel 20th anniversary cigar, which is
Holy
very
crap,
good.
he purchased those himself.
He did. He purchased those himself.
I was thinking that
with
Mom...
his own little money. No.
Oh, wow.
And I sat down on the porch, and I started reading Compact of the Republic, The League of States and the Constitution by David Benner. And that was another gift that I got from Christmas from one of our grad program listeners. Sat down and read those. And I'm going to recommend to you that you guys, I got through the first chapter, started the second chapter last night. David Benner is right on. He's tracking 5 by 5 with us. And you need to understand this. We have a serious fight. 2016 is going to be it's going to be a very, very important year, and I'm not being glib.
We should go ahead and get this party started.
We need to get this party started. That's what we need to go ahead and push the reset button on liberty. We need to hard reset this nation. But we need to know why we're here, where we came from, because people are going to try and convince you that because there's a constitution and because there are presidents and congressmen and what have you, that you need to just shut up and do everything they tell you because you agreed. The Constitution says that they can tell you anything they want to do. They can tell you how to live your life, when to live it, and so forth. And they'll also tell you that the states don't have the right to secede, and the states have to listen to the federal government on every matter. It's not there. Folks, The Compact of the Republic by David Benner. I want you guys to pick that up. I want you to look at it. Jared will go ahead and put the link in the show notes. But whether you smoked fine quality hand-rolled cigars or not, I do, and I enjoy them because I'm a free man and I don't need your permission. But, that is your Silence Your Shop quiet time moment for today. Before I let you guys go, I want you to make sure that you're thanking our friends at SWAT Fuel, SWATfuelstore.com, and use the promo code either PREPARED or SOTG 2015. But if you use the PREPARED code, you're going to save 15% off your order. Frog Lube, it just works. Frog Lube Extreme. And Crossbreed Holsters. You carrying a gun? You're not? Why? I can't find a comfortable way to carry a gun. Go to crossbreedholsters.com and they will set you up. All right, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That's it for today's show. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you didn't, write to P.O. Box 405, Boulder, Colorado, and ask for a full refund of the money that you paid to listen to today's show. And we'll get it right out to you.
Yep. And your homework today is go follow us on Gun District. Just Student of the Gun on gundistrict.com. They've got an app, too, so do that.
Gundistrict.com, a 100% firearms-friendly social media site.